Hey everyone, let's do a quick, just very simple yoga flow. Call this like my 5-minute yoga. It might take 5 to 10 minutes. You can kind of go through the flow as many times as you like. I love it for after a workout, or if I just have a few minutes and I'm feeling kind of crunchy and I want to loosen up a little bit. So feel free, put some nice, soft, beautiful music on or whatever. Maybe you rock out. You're gonna take your feet hip width apart to start. I want you to spread your toes out. Just ground yourself down. Just think about being centered, being present for just a couple of minutes. Your arms are just hanging at your sides. Your spine is long all the way through the crown of your head. Close your eyes, take a breath or two in your nose and out your mouth. One more. Just gently take your arms up over your head. Put your palms together and then come down the midline and just hang out right here in this fold. And I want you to bend your knees and straighten. Keep your toes spread, bend your knees and straighten. We're not trying to get anywhere. If you don't want to straighten your legs all the way, that's totally fine. Just bring a little warmth in. Again, our feet are hip width apart. And then you're going to come to ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows and just sway side to side. Kind of shifting the weight through the balls of your feet, feeling that connection with the ground. Make sure your upper body and neck and torso, everything is super relaxed. And you can bend your knees a lot more here if you like. Breathe in. And then you're just gonna let your arms go. Put both hands on the ground. You're gonna take your left leg back and come to a nice, long, low lunge. I'm gonna keep my back toes tucked. It's up to you, whatever's more comfortable. You're gonna inhale and you're gonna exhale. So a nice deep runner's lunge. I want you to just plug your arms into your torso, but drop your shoulders down away from your ears and breathe. If this crunches your lower back, you don't need to go back far at all. Pressing through the front heel, moving the hips forward. And then just take your arms down and scoot your hips back. So you're gonna keep them as level as you can. I'm gonna draw my front toes towards my face. I'm gonna relax my hands down, feeling the stretch down along the front of my calf, up the back of my leg. And coming forward, we're gonna keep moving here. I'm gonna heel toe my foot out just a bit and then turn my toes out and come down so there's no pressure on your back foot. I'm gonna uncurl my toes here. And it's almost like I've got my knee kind of tucked into my shoulder. I'm gonna come down to stretch my hips. This is just like a lizard pose variation. I'm moving around, I'm keeping my toes and knees out. We don't want them to collapse in. Finding those tight pockets, finding those crunchy places. And when they're there, you can stay or you can move. Breathing in through the front of the back hip and then all through the front hip. Relax your neck, relax your face. And then bring the foot forward. You're gonna inhale up again. Breathe in deeply. Take your hands to your heart. Then I'm gonna tuck my back toes again. And I'm gonna come into a kneeling twist. Make sure your front knee moves out towards your little toe. Breathe all across your shoulders. Back knee super strong on the floor. Think about turning from your belly button, opening across the chest and the upper back. Inhale. Exhale. And then take your hands to the floor and step back for downward facing dog. In down dog, bend your knees as much as you need to. We're gonna lengthen the entire back body here. Relax your head. You can paddle it out if you like. Hands are strong. Plug in through all of your fingers, all the way from the tip to your palm. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Hips are high. Head is so relaxed here. Breathing through the back of the body. Coming to stillness, taking 2 big breaths. 1. And another 1. Feel the pose deepen as you exhale. And then bend the knees this time. Left leg comes forward. Gently drop the back knee and come up for the runner's lunge on this side. Reaching up, again, we're plugging the arms into the torso. Reaching through the upper body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. See if you can just deepen your pose. We're lifting out of the pelvic floor, so come out of the hips, stretching across the front of your back hip. Strong through your front heel. Oh, feels so good. And then exhale, lengthening the front leg. Try to square the hips off. We're not digging in, we're not white knuckling, we're just breathing here. Tuning into the back of this leg. I'm not a very flexible human. If you're with me, it's okay. It's all good. And then coming forward for lizard pose again. So I'm gonna flatten my foot, I'm gonna flatten my back foot. I'm gonna walk the front foot out just a little. And then I'm gonna come down. For those that are super flexy, you might be down on the floor, but we don't wanna have this rolling foot thing going on. So I'm gonna stay up high, moving around, trying to relax through the shoulders, moving around to find those tight pockets in my hips. We never wanna sit with tension, we wanna let it go. Start the day, end the day, whatever we got going on, with a little bit more mobility, a little bit more space in our body, right? And then come up, walk it in a little bit, and then you're gonna tuck your toes. You're gonna come up, hands to your heart, and come into this lunging twist. Just breathe, 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 breathe. So what you'd like to do eventually, right, is to have your hands closer to the center of your chest, but don't worry about it. Draw your top shoulder back. Make sure your knee is moving out and not in, and just breathe across your shoulders, all down your strong spine. Don't hold your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Feels so good. Coming down. Coming back to downward facing dog. Taking our breaths here, paddling out if we need to, holding it if we don't. Kind of what works for you. I'm gonna walk my feet a little bit closer, and then I'm just gonna tune into my shoulders, moving down my back, my strong hands here. High hips, imagining my inner thighs kind of going up and out to deepen that stretch. And bend your knees really carefully. You're gonna take your back leg forward one more time. Now this is kind of a deeper stretch, so you might need to do a different variation of it. If you can, you're gonna reach back with your front hand for your back foot. Inhale, and then just kind of square off as much as you can. So we're stretching the quad and the psoas here. If you have pain under your knee, you can put a towel. It's okay if your front knee comes a little bit forward at your toes, but just breathe, drawing the foot in really gently, trying to stay lifted. Breathe. It's important to release the legs this way, you guys. I'm gonna exhale gently. Go back to downward facing dog. 2 big breaths. Relax your head and neck. Bend the knees, other leg forward now. Again, if you need that cushion, because you know where we're going, and you can always just reach behind as well. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe turn your chest forward just a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting up, feeling this beautiful stretch across the front of your hip, the psoas, and then all the way through the back quadricep as well. Shoulders down. This is a deep stretch for me. It takes focus and thought. And then gently let go. Take both your legs back. Nestle down into child's pose. We're almost done. So just reach. So you're reaching back, your hips towards your heels, pressing back. We're going to make this child's pose active though. So reach through your fingertips. Exhale, and come up quietly. Come into pigeon pose. So you're gonna take your right leg forward. You're gonna flex your foot and then lengthen through your back leg. If this is too intense, it's not a big deal. You're gonna come to 2 90-degree angle legs for hurdler's pose, okay? You don't need to lengthen the back leg. You do need to keep this front foot strong to protect your knee. So I'm rolling the hip down towards my ankle and heel. You can stay up if that works for you, or you can come down. Just breathe. This is a beautiful stretch to release tension in the hips. Continue to lengthen your back leg. Stay strong in this pose. So we're not collapsing down. We're breathing down into it. We're lengthening, keeping the foot of the bent leg really strong for a happy knee. Feeling this through the hips, the legs, the lower back and the booty, the glutes, whatever you're feeling, just breathe. And come up. Carefully switch sides. Swing the leg back. And same thing, if this is way too intense, 2 bent legs, and make sure you flex both feet if you take the hurdler option. Otherwise, we're really flexing the left foot here, rolling the right hip down, staying up higher, coming forward, breathing all the way through. You'll notice that this stretch feels completely different on both sides of the body. A lot of different things going on our sides. A lot of different levels of flexibility. Try to relax here, you guys, through your upper back. Keep rolling the hips so they're more level, so you're not opening through the long leg. Breathe through your shoulders. Relax your belly. And just walk your hands back. Come back to child's pose. Maybe take the knees a little wider, press back, breathe in, breathe out. Feel free to stay here or relax in a lying position. But have a gorgeous day. Thank you for practicing with me. Hopefully that made your body feel a little more open and a little more relaxed. Have a wonderful day.